So hello, welcome to the next example. As you can see, I kept all the drawings from the previous example. So the structure is the same, the zones are the same, the supply demand zones are the same. So everything is the same. So the 4-hour structure is still extremely bearish. So every downside movement is a main trend movement. Every upside movement is a counter trend movement. Okay, as you can see, this was the last example. This was the last trade from the previous example. We just hopped out of a trade here in 10% profit. We are happy. We are looking for the next opportunity. We have to adapt. As you can see, price broke through this demand zone. This demand zone couldn't hold the price. So the short, the main trend intentions are still stronger than the long intentions. So as you can see, this demand couldn't hold the price. And instead of holding the price, price just broke through this demand zone. Sorry. If a zone breaks, an opposite side zone will be formed, as you may know, and we will have to find the zone that caused the break of this zone. As you can see, this was the supply zone that caused the inefficient push to the downside, swept liquidity from this region, and actually the price reacted on the supply zone, mitigated the supply zone already, reacted on it, and reversed the price to the downside again. So the zone that has been created, the last demand zone break, has been already mitigated. So we will have to find another zone. Maybe price will reverse from this point. Price is a great chance to reverse from this point to collect all of this liquidity, because as you can see, we have a huge liquidity trend line here. Here comes the liquidity trend line. Price just built up huge liquidity trend line in this region. As you can see, perfect liquidity trend line taps. First tap, second tap, third, fourth. So just imagine how many orders are resting just above this line. Loads of trillions and trillions of dollars are resting from above this line. So price has a really great chance to tap into some sort of demand here. Maybe this demand will hold the price. And after a demand tap, it can reverse to the upside, change character, and collect all of this liquidity from above this line and mitigate the full zone, mitigate the full percentage of this zone. Because as you can see, this was the first step. Price tapped this zone, and this was our trade idea actually. But this step didn't mitigate the full zone. As you can see, it was just a 1% mitigation. So just imagine how many orders are still resting on this zone. So those orders have to be picked up, right? So we have double confirmation, liquidity line, liquidity trend line, and the full body mitigation. So if price reverses from this area, we can hop in a long trade, and that will be a counter trend trade, as you may know, because every long trade is a counter trend trade. But we can actually do it because price has a really, really high chance to change character here, react on demand zone, and mitigate this supply zone. So, okay, let's see what happens. We have still the same zones. Everything is the same. Let's see what happens on a 1-minute time frame. So as you can see right now, we are on the 1-minute time frame, and we are waiting for this liquidity trend line to be swept. We are waiting for this full zone mitigation. So let's just play a price forward. As you can see, it mitigated down the areas. Let's switch back to the 5-minute chart and let's see what has been mitigated. Actually, we have this demand zone right here, and the part of the wick has been left unmitigated, but this isn't a really valuable demand zone, but it could reverse the price. Let's see what happens. Actually, as you can see, price reversed on that zone. Let's see what happens next. Price built up more liquidity, as you can see. So here's the, I don't know which tap was this, maybe the 5th tap. So price tapped the trend line for the 5th time. More sellers entered here. More orders have been opened here. So price has to collect all of this liquidity from above this line. Just look at this. How many touches, how many orders are sitting just above this line? And how many orders are sitting still on this block? Okay, let's see what happens next. As you can see, price started to change character, started to collect liquidity. Okay, huge pushes to the upside. As you can see, price did a really, really good flip here. Or maybe on this week, this demand zone flipped the whole structure from bearish to bullish. As you can see, it created change of characters on several places. So loads of change of characters here. And loads of orders has been already collected. Okay, we can mark this zone out. Actually, we have this clear demand zone because it changed character on several places, collected liquidity, change character, flip the supply zone. So yeah, actually this is a really, really valuable demand zone. We can set an order limit on this one, and we can use the 50% of the zone because this will be another equilibrium entry, as you can see, because the wicks are bigger than the 50% of the whole body. So I will just use the equilibrium entry again. 50% entry set, 0 pip stop loss again, because we always use, not always, but 90% of the time I use 2 pip stop loss. So it has been just set. I will just aim this zone because, as I said, there are still loads of orders sitting on this zone, and the liquidity trend line is just above this zone. So price has a really great chance to tap this zone. Okay, so our order limit has been set. Let's wait for price to tap this zone. As you can see, it's creating new highs, created another liquidity line here, as you can see. So more sellers entered the market here. And as you can see, actually, we have double taps right here. So more liquidity needs to be collected. So this is one more confirmation for the longs. But just a reminder, long trades in this scenario are still counter trend trades. You have to know that you're trading a counter trend trade or a pro trend trade. This will be a counter trend trade. It has lower possibility to go in your favor, but it still can be good. Counter trend trades are still good. You just have to know the higher time frame intentions, and you will have to know that where can price react and set realistic targets for your counter trend trades. Okay, so as you can see, reversal has started. Price building up more liquidity, as you can see, built up liquidity on this line, and it's on the way down to sweep that liquidity, and all of this liquidity has been built up for this demand zone. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Let's just play price forward. Built up more liquidity here, as you can see. So loads of orders has been opened on this touch too, because this was a supply zone, or this was a double tap. I don't know how you call it. Just loads of orders has been placed on this touch also. So just imagine how many orders are still sitting here, how many orders are sitting still here. So yeah, I just play price forward. We are waiting for this demand to be tapped, and we have an order limit on that demand zone. Look at the slow movements. So these are slow movements. Let's play price forward, extend our zone. Okay, play price forward. As you can see, more liquidity has been built up just for this zone. As you can see, here's loads of liquidity again. Play price forward again. Liquidity has been swept. Zone almost tapped, as you can see. Let's see what happens. Okay, and actually we are tagged into the trade right now. As you can see, it mitigated the 50% of this demand zone, and we are tagged into the trade. So price collected all of the liquidity from this region. So as you can see, this region between the demand zone and between this high was just a liquidity built up just for the demand zone. So all of these bottoms, all of these trend lines, all of everything in this area was a liquidity for this demand zone. As you can see, price swept all of the liquidity, and after the demand tap, it reversed immediately, had a huge recovery, had a huge rejection, as you can see. The price has still got a liquidity trend line in this region, liquidity trend line in this region, double taps here, double taps here, more taps here, more taps here. So all of this region is just a liquidity again. This is just a liquidity, this is just a liquidity, this is liquidity built up for this supply zone. And we can expect the tap of this supply zone. And after the tap of this supply zone, we can expect a reaction on this zone and a change of character. And after a change of character, we can hop in a short trade and continue the main trend movement, because price needs to collect more orders from this region, mitigate the full zone, the full supply zone, and after it can continue the whole bearish movement. Okay. So as you can see right now, we are tagged into the trade. We have to manage our trade. The last high point the last high point here has been broken. As you can see, this was the last supply zone, last high point that tapped us into the trade, and this high has been broken. So we